Hey guys, Zach here, and today we'll be taking a look at this Godzilla 2014 stripper pole thing that I bought at Walmart a couple years ago. Now, I don't know exactly what this is called, I don't know the exact name or anything like that. All I know is that I bought this at Walmart a couple years ago because, it was Godzilla and yeah. So, the premise of this figure... Alright, so first of all, actually, before I get into that, this version of Godzilla comes from the 2014 film Godzilla 2014, which I've talked about in the past, but if you want to know my thoughts on the movie itself, I would say that the Godzilla scenes are good, very good, but there's only 10 minutes of that, and the rest of the movie is, very boring in my opinion, so... yeah, definitely not the biggest fan of that movie. The Godzilla scenes are still good, and I do watch them occasionally, but I don't really sit down and watch the whole movie itself, but yeah. Anyway, with all that out of the way, the premise of this figure, let's actually have a closer look. So the premise of this figure is so that, it's in this pose like it's holding on to something, and what you do is, you stick a wire between, the hands and the legs, so it looks like he's, on a stripper pole or whatever, and that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, I do not have any wires on me to show this off, and I don't really know why I bought this to begin with. Again, probably because it was just Godzilla, but looking back, I feel like I shouldn't have bought this. There are some things that I do regret buying, but this is one of them. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Anyway, taking a look at the paint. The paint on this figure is a little bare. The eyes are yellow with black pupils. The teeth are white, and the inside of the mouth is a pinkish color. Most of the body is black, and underneath we have the brownish color that we see on a lot of 2014 figures. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the paint. There's nothing really, anything else to point out, so it's alright. It's not sloppy, but it's still kind of bare, so I guess the paint gets a pass, but yeah. Anyway, now we'll take a look at the articulation. There is none, so we're just going to get into the sculpt. And the sculpt on this figure is pretty good. It's a little cartoonish, but I think that's the point. I don't have a problem with that or anything like that, but just something that's worth pointing out. And there's honestly not much to say about this in terms of sculpt. Actually, in terms of anything, there's not really a lot to say about this, but yeah. It's alright, so I guess it gets a pass. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the sculpt. Now for the detailing. And the detailing, not gonna lie, it's not the best here. Nothing's really that defined, so that can be a problem, but let's just take a closer look. So, starting off with the head, we can see all the detailing there, and it looks decent. And we have more scaling throughout the body. And we have creases underneath the tail, which look decent. The legs look pretty bad, but the arms look decent. And that's pretty much it in terms of detailing. It's pretty decent, I guess, so I guess it gets a pass, so yeah. And that's pretty much it for this figure as a whole. There's honestly nothing much to bring up. This figure can't really stand on its own, which is kind of a shame, but to me, this figure is just kind of a thing that I own, and I don't really care about this that much. There's not a lot to say about this, but I mean, if you have any wires to hang this on, then I guess it'd be just, a fun little thing to get. But if you're, a collector out there, then probably don't get this. I made that mistake. This thing is only $4, which I guess you could do worse for $4, but at the same time, this figure is still... I don't know what to make of it, but yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but if you do like this figure, then that's perfectly fine, but yeah. Anyway, if you want to know how big this figure is, here it is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And I have it sitting against the wall because it cannot stand on its own to save its life. Actually, let me zoom out a little. Alright. Well, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Zach out.